welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Jade Shinyu and I help people reclaim back their power physically, mentally and spiritually. Now today we're going to be talking about love spells and why they are a very dangerous idea and why you should never ever perform a love spell. So this video is going to be about exposing love spells as what they truly are, which is basically black magic. So you'll probably see a lot of witches and other occultists promoting or even doing or teaching people how to do love spells, but in reality there is actually no such thing as a genuine love spell, because love is something that you can never force. It's something that comes purely from the heart and the person's soul. So to understand what I mean better by this is you need to know that everyone has their own free will, so you can never break that law. Even angels and demons and spirit guides, everything has to obey the law of free will on planet Earth. So that law is absolute. And if you're trying to control someone or puppet someone, especially with a love spell, this will enforce very negative bad karma back onto you, because it is such a powerful law. To truly understand why you shouldn't do a love spell, you should actually first consider why you even want to do one in the first place. Because the biggest reason that people are drawn to trying to force someone to love them is because they have very deep insecurity, trauma and unresolved issues within themselves. Because when you have self-love, this is the energy that will actually manifest and attract your true soulmates. But because it's more difficult and to actually do, to face your inner demons and to heal them wounds, people always want a quick fix, and they kind of listen to their trauma and their ego instead of their hearts. Because when you truly heal yourself, you will manifest your soulmate at the right time. So it's always about divine timing. And this is why it's just very foolish and stupid to try and do a fake love spell, because that person will not love you. It will be more of a fake lustful obsession type energy. And this is what will incur very negative energy and bad luck and karma back onto you, because what you give out, you get back. And this law is absolute and it can never be broken or changed. So this is why it's very important to know that in order to manifest your soulmate or to manifest a healthy relationship, twin flame, whatever you want to label it as, trying to do a love spell is never the way. So you can do positive spells to attract love. So there's a big difference between trying to do a forceful love spell on someone in particular and trying to do a love spell to attract the right person. See, that sort of spell is fine. There is absolutely nothing wrong, because you're calling in your true soulmate, the person who is meant for you. So, but if you have someone in mind, especially someone who's just not interested in you at all, that means that they are not meant for you. So you have to allow your ego to accept that bitter pill. And I know it can be hard sometimes, but if someone is not interested, it means that they are not meant for you. And you have to let go and know that there is actually someone better suited for you in particular. There is someone better suited that actually will love you, who will make you happy, who's healthy for you. Because a lot of the time the ego will just focus on someone because of how they look, how attractive they are, how famous they are, how much subscribers they have, how much money, you know, it's all very shallow. A lot of the time the ego will only be in love with someone when in reality it's not love, it's lust, because you see traits and qualities in that particular person that your ego desires within itself. So this is why it's so important to do shadow work, genuine shadow work, so you don't make these foolish mistakes and you're not doing spells and manifesting from your ego's point of view. So you need to be doing those things from your heart's point of view. And this will protect you. This is what will avoid pitfalls and very harsh lessons that you'll need to learn. So it will make things go a lot smoother, it'll flow a lot better. And this is why you really need to first spend time alone, like enjoy your time being single. So if you're one of those persons who's desperate for a someone to love you, then that's a huge red flag, because someone will never fill that void. Someone who enters your life can never fill that void for you. And it's only when you ironically have real, genuine self-love that you will bring in that person who will give you that love back, because you are like a mirror. So what you give out, you get back. And this is why people who have a lot of inner wounds, have a lot of inner trauma, especially from childhood, you'll manifest toxic relationships again and again and again, because that person is reinforcing that wound that you still have within you. So even if you are going around and you fancy someone and you want to do a love spell on them, or you're in a very toxic relationship already and you're trying to keep that person with you when you know deep down they're not right for you, this will just further make you suffer. This will never bring you pure joy. This will never bring you pure happiness. And in reality, that's what you actually want from a relationship. So it's extremely foolish to force something that is just not meant to be, because it will never bring you health, happiness and joy. So the ego will always try to find something that's very superficial, very shallow, or it will self-sabotage itself because of trauma and wounds. So the number one thing that you need to do, and a love spell that actually does work, is literally practice self-love. Practice healing yourself, because this is what will call in the right person. And there's many people who do very powerful love spells on people that are sometimes very difficult to reverse, especially if things like blood work are involved, especially things like, you know, in more severe cases, if someone's actually into real black magic, very deep black magic. People even do animal sacrifices. Like, people can go crazy when they get very obsessed with someone. And true love is not about ownership, because that is what the ego wants. That is what dark energy wants, to own someone, to puppet them, to control their every move, etc. So this will incur really bad negative karma back onto you if you do any of this. Even your spirit guides are not allowed to control you. This is how serious that this law actually is within the universe. Even demonic entities have to do certain things and trick you to give them consent, etc., to control you. So the law of free will has to be highly respected on earth. And this is why love spells like that are never a good idea. So it will always backfire. And even though it might work in the beginning, it will definitely turn dark, it will turn sour, and then you'll definitely regret it. So never ever do any sort of blood magic onto someone who you know is just not meant for you. And if you want to do any sort of blood magic, or, you know, menstrual yoni blood with your partner, or, you know, anything like that, it must be consensual. You cannot give it to them in secret. You cannot do anything like that, because I know women do that. So if you're one of those witches who secretly puts your menstrual blood in, you know, your man's meals or whatever, because you want them to be obsessed with you, that is not a good idea. That is a form of black magic. If you want to give that, you know, your yoni blood to your men, like they used to do in ancient times, it was always consensual, because it is very powerful. It is actually very healing for them, as long as both of you are on a high vibration and, of course, are healthy physically. So, but it's always about consent. You have to have trust. Your partner is not meant to be someone that you can manipulate or trick, okay? You're not supposed to be a trickster. You're supposed to have a real, genuine bond where you could share each other's feelings from a very authentic space. It needs to be real. Otherwise, you have not got a genuine relationship with them at all. So true love is about being extremely authentic, very vulnerable with each other, very selfless as well, but whilst retaining healthy boundaries for yourself. So it's not about puppeting, it's not about ownership. And if you do this, it will backfire badly. So do not give in to that. Do the shadow work, do the self-love work. And I know from my own experience that this 100,000,000% works, because I had horrendous relationships for many, many years, for like over 10 years, you know, long-term relationships as well that were very abusive. I was involved with very narcissistic people, and it was all because I had such low self-esteem, no self-worth, no self-love. So this is what kept manifesting these people. So you do not need to do a very serious, you know, negative love spell on people, on anyone. Just call in your soulmates and really practice genuine self-love and focus on healing your inner wounds, your ancestral wounds, your childhood wounds, especially if you're someone who endured quite a negative childhood with your parents, because that will massively influence you and your future relationships as an adult. So there's many things that you need to address and look at and analyze. And this is basically what shadow work is. So don't go for the quick fix, because it always ends with tears, mainly yours. It's always messy. It's not fair on that person that you want to trap, and it's not fair on you, because you're just self-harming, self-sabotage, and you will absolutely regret it. So if you are someone who wants more personalized help, I do one-to-one card readings and intuitive guidance, where I do help a lot of my clients with relationship problems to really identify the root cause and the root catalyst of what is blocking you from true love, what is blocking you from manifesting a healthy partner. As it can be very hard sometimes to really identify the real reason and the real wounds that keeps manifesting negative partnerships, or keeps manifesting you to be lonely, or people ghosting you, or people rejecting you. There's so many negative traumas and energies that cause this. So if you are interested, I will link that in the description box below. Just raise your frequency. Again, I have videos on this, you know, follow the steps of raising your frequency, because when I truly worked on myself, when I truly followed certain precepts, which I've made a video about on how to really raise my frequency, my life dramatically changed. My love life dramatically changed. So just know that nothing is personal in this world. You know, we do create a massive portion of our own reality. So don't take rejection personally, because if someone rejects you, that is in a way protecting you. So do not take it personal. Be thankful, because when I look back on the people that I used to want to be in a relationship, I'm so glad that I never got to be with them. You know, certain people that rejected me years ago, I am so grateful that that door did not open. Because when you become more wise and you elevate your consciousness, you see why you actually wanted that person in the first place. You see their true colors, and you see that, oh God, I dodged a bullet with that one. You see that they were actually very toxic people, and they were just not meant for you. So your guides, remember this, your spirit guides will definitely protect you from certain toxic people as well, because you might meet someone thinking that they're amazing and they're perfect and all this shit, but in reality they could be a very dark, toxic person. They could be a narcissist, a covert narcissist, and they're trying to lure you in to feed off your energy. So if it just doesn't happen and something keeps blocking you from being with this certain person, then listen to it. Thank it and be grateful. You know, listen to signs, take note of these signs. And this is why you have to control your lust. You have to control your ego. You have to control your traumatized inner child that wants these toxic people, because your guides will desperately be trying to protect you from them. Unless it's karmic. So that's a whole other topic about, you know, so if it's a karmic relationship, then sometimes you do have to endure that to learn certain lessons, to heal certain karmic energy that you would have had in a previous lifetime with that particular soul. So there is a lot of depth, and there's so much to discuss, you know, with this topic, but I'm not going to go into that all now. I do have a video on 5 signs that someone is a fake twin flame, that is actually a karmic relationship. So please check that out. I do have other videos on love and relationships. But like I said earlier, if you really are struggling and you do need more extra help with your love life and trying to truly identify what the root problem is, then please contact me and I will happily help you with that. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell, otherwise you will miss my videos. Follow me on Instagram for daily updates and, you know, more content on there. And of course, I do have a free third eye ebook, so it is completely for free and you can download that. And of course, this will greatly help you with your love life, with identifying people, with reading people and trying to see their true colors so you can avoid making mistakes and avoid going down, you know, painful roads and heartbreak. And of course, I have other ebooks for sale as well. So you can find all of that on thegoddesscoven.net and the links down below in my link tree. So until next time, guys, lots of love, lots of light. Ahimsa.